Welcome to this tutorial on CTC's MEP Productivity Pack for Revit. In this video, we will learn how to change the default hosting behavior for electrical families from hosted to unhosted. Many electrical families in the Productivity Pack feature the ability to host either to a face, such as a wall or a ceiling, or to a level, mimicking the behavior of an unhosted family. See the user manual and other tutorial videos on how to use this feature. Electrical families provided with the pack are configured to host to face by default. This means that if you place a fixture without changing any settings, it will search for a face for hosting. If you need to host to a level, you must first select the parameter Place on Level, then change the placement and confirm your placement plane. As described in the user manual, changing the instance parameter of the family causes you to lose your placement preview until after you place the first instance. Suppose, though, that you are working in Revit using a 2D base plan from AutoCAD. Since there are no faces for hosting in the model, every time you need to place an instance of any type, you must change its configuration to Place on Level. This can be very time-consuming, so we're going to change the default behavior. To change a family's hosting default, first find the family in the project browser. We'll use a lighting fixture family that I've loaded for demonstration. This is a copy of the wall light. Right-click on the family and click Edit. The family will open in the Family Editor. It is important to edit the family from within the project and not to edit a saved version of the family to load later. Loading a saved version of the family outside the project can cause other defaults and other type properties to be overwritten inappropriately. Use caution when editing any families included in the Productivity Pack. Editing values or formulas inappropriately or failing to follow these instructions exactly can cause the family to stop working properly. Be sure to have a clean version of the pack saved elsewhere in case you make a mistake. Once in the Family Editor, open the Family Types dialog. Once here, we can change the default hosting behavior for a single type by simply clicking the Place on Level box. This, however, only changes the default for this one type. There are several types in this family, and if we look at any other one, its parameters are unchanged. To change the default for all types at once, we will use a formula to define Place on Level. It doesn't matter which type you're in. I'm going to enter the formula 0 equals 0, but any Boolean expression which is true will work, and we see that the box is now checked. This changes the parameter for all types, but in order for it to keep, you must click Apply. Now that the change has been applied, delete the formula. If you do not delete the formula, the parameter cannot be changed from within the project environment if needed. After deleting the formula, click OK to close Family Types. In the ribbon, click Load into Project and close. There's no need to save the family. When this dialog appears, you must select Override the existing version and its parameter values. Selecting Overwrite existing version will not overwrite the instance parameter defaults. Now, if we place an instance of that family, Place on Level is checked by default. We must still change our placement and confirm our placement plane, but the placement preview will be visible from the beginning. This does not change the hosting of any already placed instances. Here's one that we hosted to the wall prior to changing the default, and we see that it's still hosted to the wall. This process must be repeated for each family. Yes, it's tedious, but much less time-consuming than changing the hosting for each placement for an entire project. You can do this for a single project file that will use 2D base plans, or if your firm is standardized on unhosted content, you may follow this process for the firm's starter or template project to change the hosting defaults for all future projects started from that template. Now you know how to change hosting defaults for the electrical content within CTC's MEP Productivity Pack. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other tutorial videos linked in the user manual.